When did the Enfield haunting begin? The Conjuring 2 true story reveals that according to the mother, Peggy Hodgson, the haunting of her Enfield home began on the evening of August 30, 1977. It was on that night that her daughter Janet told her that her brother's beds were wobbling. The next evening, Mrs. Hodgson heard the loud noise from upstairs. She entered her children's bedroom and saw a chest of drawers moving. She tried to stop the heavy oak chest as it moved toward the door, concluding that an invisible force was trying to trap them in the room. It started in a back bedroom, the chest of drawers moved, and you could hear shuffling, recalled the real Janet Hodgson many years later in a Channel 4 Enfield poltergeist documentary. Thinking that it was Janet and her siblings making the noise, she said that her mother told them to go to sleep. We told her what was going on, and she came to see it for herself. She saw the chest of drawers moving. When she tried to push it back, she couldn't. Did dozens of crosses turn upside down? No. In fact, checking the Conjuring 2 by comparing it to the real Enfield poltergeist case, we found no evidence that crosses turned upside down on the walls of the Hodgson home. In fact, the upside-down cross has not traditionally been a symbol of evil. It is the cross of St. Peter, who was crucified upside down because he felt that he was not worthy to be crucified in the same way as Jesus. Did Janet Hodgson really levitate? In the Conjuring 2 movie, Peggy's daughter Janet, Madison Wolfe, rises high in the air and finds herself pinned against the ceiling. This is a complete exaggeration of what allegedly happened in real life during the Enfield haunting. Photographs of the real Janet Hodgson levitating only show her a short distance above her bed, see below. This, coupled with the way her body is positioned in the air, has led many people to believe that she simply jumped from her bed. The questionable photos were taken by Daily Mirror photographer Graham Morris after the family contacted the press. It should be noted that the Daily Mirror is a UK tabloid newspaper whose stories have often proven less than credible. The levitation was scary, recalled Janet, because you didn't know where you were going to land. Supporting the family's claims were two witnesses, a baker and a lollipop lady, who were passing by outside and claimed to have seen Janet hovering above her bed as they looked through an upstairs window. The lady saw me spinning around and banging against the window, recalls Janet. I thought I might actually break the window and go through it. Did the man who allegedly possessed Janet die in the downstairs living room years earlier? Yes. In exploring the Enfield haunting, we learned that Bill Wilkins' son Terry confirmed that he had died in a manner similar to what Janet described when she was possessed. Wilkins had passed away in an armchair downstairs after suffering a brain hemorrhage. Did the paranormal activity begin after they played with the Ouija board? Yes, at least according to the real Janet Hodgson, who says that she and her sister Margaret played with a Ouija board just prior to the start of the supernatural activity. How many children did the real Peggy Hodgson have? In researching the Enfield poltergeist true story, we learned that, like in the Conjuring 2 movie, the real Peggy Hodgson was a single mother with 4 children: Margaret, 12, Janet, 11, Johnny, 10, and Billy, 7. Did the police do anything to help? No. During our investigation into the real story behind the Enfield poltergeist haunting, we learned that despite a female police officer witnessing a chair move, the police left after determining that it wasn't a police matter since no one was breaking the law. What happened to the Hodgson family after the paranormal activity subsided? When the Enfield poltergeist events subsided and the press attention faded, the family faced various challenges. Janet married young after leaving home at age 16. Her younger brother Johnny died of cancer at age 14. The family's claims of something paranormal being present in the house lasted all the way up until Peggy's death, at which time Janet's brother Billy moved out of the home. Janet, who will be 46 at the time of The Conjuring 2's release in 2016, lost a child herself, a son who died in his sleep at 18. She says that she didn't want to resurrect the painful memories of the Enfield poltergeist events when her mother was alive, but that she is now ready to tell her story.